In this fast-changing digital world, what's the future of personal privacy, of social interaction, of education, of our democracy? A conversation with Harvard Kennedy School professor Nolan Bowie. I'm Maria Hinojosa. This is One on One. This is the name of one of your classes at the Harvard Kennedy School. New media, surveillance, access, propaganda, and democracy.
Right.
So you're actually also, not only are you propagating for more democracy in terms of access.
A better quality of democracy
better
also.
Quality of democracy,
Right.
more awareness of the have-nots. You're also very concerned, as are many Americans, about the issue of our loss of personal, kind of our loss of personal privacy?
Well, they go hand in hand. I don't think you can have a true democracy if citizens don't have privacy.
And yet everybody says, well, wait a second. We understand privacy, but we are living in different times now. And therefore, if you have to frisk me in a way that I've never been touched before at the airport, or you have to use my internet information in a way that I never thought, I'm uncomfortable, but what can I do? And you say?
Well, we can do a lot, but we need public policies in place to help us protect the shrinking expectation of privacy that we may have. Now, the Fourth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution provides us with a reasonable expectation of privacy. But unless you know the capacity of a given technology, and they're being invented all the time, unless you know who's gathering your information, your personal information, and what they're doing with it, it's hard to be able to say that you have a right of privacy. Privacy is not just a single value, it's a multiplicity of values, some which compete with one another. Initially, I think it was Brandeis defined it as a right to be let alone.
I would love to have that right to be.
Well, does anyone have a right to be let alone and still participate in society?
I don't think we do at this point.
And then subsequently, it's been sort of evolving into a right to be able to define yourself to the outside world. In other words, that you might have control over your personal information. In this world that we live in now, private corporations, advertisers, third-party numerati, which is made up of the mathematicians who use very sophisticated algorithms to look into large databases to find patterns so that they can anticipate our behavior and ultimately maybe control it. So they sell this information after processing it to third-party advertisers who then know how to hypodermically, one-to-one, suggest that we buy a certain thing or do a certain thing because they know what kind of decisions will give us a shot of dopamine and make us happy.
Oh my God, give me one example of where you think that.
Well, it happens all the time, and we don't think of it as that. If you buy books on Amazon, they may suggest books. If you download movies or get them through the mail through Netflix, they make suggestions all the time based upon your prior behavior. We're creatures of habit in that we're likely to repeat a past activity which has given us pleasure, rather than experiment and trying something new and taking a chance with the new, because we're somewhat insecure.